Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Moxie Fernape, and this is the Major Pokemon League Season 4, Week 9. This week I'm going up against Ashton aka Eric, and his AS Rowlet. So, just to give a little summary, sort of how the standings are going. So, we'll top 4 teams from each conference in the playoffs. So, right now, Ashton is sitting at, going into this game 6-1. He hasn't played 8 games yet because he hasn't done his game versus Cone for Week 7. I believe they're making it up soon, or it's starting Week 13, so they'll get that made up. And then we have Rob, Turbo, and Lynx all tied at 5-3. So those are the playoff teams right now, but I'm sitting right outside at 4-4. So if I win this game, I will be in the playoffs because, or as of now at least, because the Lynx and Turbo play each other this week. So one of them's going to lose. So I think unless I win by really small differential, and then Lynx loses by really small differential, then I would have a better differential than the other 5-4 team. I'd make playoffs. Also, Rob could lose too. He's playing Rogue. He beat him last time, but, Rogue, he's always pretty good, so he could pull off a nice little upset, and hopefully he does. So, anyways, my team, I'm not going to do a full team builder, just because, last week I didn't do a team builder either, but for similar reasons, I'm not going to. Just, time, it's the thing. And also, if I do have to play him again in playoffs, which I think I will have to play him again, if I want to win the Pokeball, which that's the goal, that's what it's been, and I haven't done it yet, but, sorry. This season, my goal is to win the Pokeball, which is to the championship for the Major Pokemon League. So to do that, I think I will need to play him again in the playoffs and beat him there. So I'm not gonna talk too much about my Pokemon, at least for what didn't get shown. So I'm just gonna talk about them briefly. So first off, we got Stumpus. This is a cool set. So I pretty much showed everything. I had T-Wave, Dual Stab, and Pain Split, holding a Shuka Berry, Uptick Hits from Diggersby, Dragonite, and Celesteela. I actually didn't bring Celesteela. It was a little shocked to see what he brought, but I'll go over that in a second. So, we got Blaziken. This is a cool SD Blaziken with 3 attacks. I was holding leftovers, I think. Thought about some items. Lefties, I'm just going with that. Snorlax, it's got some attacks. Not much was shown, so I'm not going to talk about it. Mew was Scarfed with Defog, actually. First time I'm bringing that, and it's on a Scarf set, so that's kind of funny. This is my only way of getting rid of hazards on my whole roster, and I slept on Defog last minute. Not like the last minute, but because I was worried about Toxic Spike from Toxic Spikes if he brought that, because my team's actually really weak to that, because I'm not bringing my Scolipede to get rid of them, and Millimon that won't get hit by them is Bronzong. It's for 3 attacks and Defog there. So Bronzong was like rocks, and I forget what else I think. Not much was shown about Bronzong, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. Superior here is just like for 3 attacks with Synthesis. So he brings a very interesting team. Brings Latias, Cobalion, Dragonite, Diggersby, Toxic, and the Marowak. And Toxapex, as I said. I kind of mumbled on that, but just take a sip. Sorry, my throat's kind of raspy. I have a bit of a cold, not too much, but I've just been coughing a lot lately. So he does not bring Celesteela. That's something I was very shocked. I was hella shocked. I prepped for it. Kind of how I prepped for it was all of my mons sort of have something to deal with it in a way, and I still have decent switch-ins like my Stumpfisk and my Snorlax can switch in and take hits pretty well from it, especially because I have the Shuko and the Stumpfisk. So, a little shocked to see that, or not to see that. I did bring the Dragonite, which I was a little shocked. I feel like it has decent or pretty good matchup versus my team, but he's only brought it 1 time so far out of 7 games, so didn't totally expect that, but he brought it. Everything else kind of makes sense. He brought the Toxic Spikes. I was hoping he wouldn't, but he did. Probably going to have Toxic Spikes, in which case that is bad. I'm just going to hope that he doesn't. Lynx recorded my battle, and Rogue Gen, as they usually do. So thank you to those guys. Like Rogue always gens Lynx. I think if I can't get anyone else to do the battle, I think Lynx is usually my guy to go to. So thank you to those guys for just being awesome and really consistent. So we're challenging Eric, or Eric challenged us. I don't know. I didn't really read that. I was kind of steering away, but so we lead with Marowak as I kind of thought he would. I lead Stunfisk. I wanted to lead Snorlax, but I was fearing Cobalion. I wanted to lead Snorlax possibly, if he led this. But he led but I was fearing Cobalion as a lead. So he just goes for Rocks turn 1. I do not have Rocks on Stumpfisk, he probably thought I did. So just go for an Earth Power, which is nice because that gets this thing really weakened for Serp. And I think a +2 D-Pulse kills this range. I'm late for it, so I think it does. I forget though. Charizard is fairly bulky, especially with the leftovers. So I know the Earth Power is going to knock him out. But I think I actually make quite a play here. So I go for a T-Wave as he goes right into his Dragonite, so that's pretty awesome. I figured he's not going to want to sack all his Marowak yet, and I thought, he might not be Lightning Rod, he could be Curse Body or something, so paralyzing that thing wouldn't be terrible. So here, I stay in because Stunfisk doesn't really do a whole lot versus team. He didn't bring Celesteela. He didn't bring, what's one of them on? Galvantula. So, he didn't bring, like, the main threat Stunfisk was kind of meant for, so I figured, you know, I can just kind of sack all my Stunfisk, or at least just, it's fine if it gets weakened. I go for T-Ball there. I could have gone for Pain Split. I just went for T-Ball in case he, like, Dragon Dance there, because if he Pain Split, or if he Dragon Dance and my Pain Split does nothing. So this turn, plug in my laptop. He gets parried, which is unfortunate. He probably went for Earthquake, which would have knocked me out. Like, he could have went for Fire Punch, maybe. I'm not sure. So I just went for a Pain Split there, thinking if he if he Dragon Clawed or Fire Punch or something, then I could live that and Pain Split, and he'd lose a good chunk of health there. So that was my thought process. I still died to Earthquake in this range, I believe, but yeah. So he goes into Diggersby as I double in Bronzong. Because I figure now he's not going to want to Fire Punch if he did last turn, I'm not sure. But he's not going to Fire Punch because he'll think I'm just going to stand. So that's my thought process there. So he brings, but no. Sorry, something appeared on screen. So he brings in Diggersby as I switch in my Bronzong. So he knocks off my item there. So I go for Rocks. I figured, I kind of thought he'd go for knockoff, but I figured Rocks are more important than damage on Diggersby just because Rocks are nice for like Dragonite and nice to weaken down Marowak and Latias and stuff, so he just knocks out my Bronzong here. That's fine, so I'm going to bring in my Blaziken. So I believe he's Scarfed. It looks like he's Adamant Scarfed. He was last time, so I believe he will be this time, but I don't have confirmation on that, so I wanted to click Swords Dance here, knowing that he would pretty much have to switch or to stand click knockoff again. But I wasn't certain he was Scarfed, so if he was maybe Sash or something, I didn't want to attack him, have him live, and then knock me out. So, well, I mean, I would still attack him and he would knock me out, but I didn't want to gain absolutely nothing from that. Like, if he was Sashed and stayed in, then I could have at least gotten some damage on Diggersby and broke his Sash there if he did stand. So that's on thought process. Knockoff was a safe play. He could have gotten in the body house too, so that would have been nice if he did. So, my voice hella raspy, I'm sorry. But I just Sword Dance because I know he can take any one hit as he sets up Toxic Spike. So if I Sword Dance the previous turn, I could have Earthquake and I believe knocked you out. Maybe it was a roll. You would have had your Black Sludge, to be fair. So I don't know. And then you would have been at 94 as I was at +2. So I think it was a roll, and you were physically defensive. But +2 Earthquake is definitely going to go from this range, so that's nice. But he gets up his Toxic Spikes, so that is unfortunate. So it's 5-5 now, but that also kind of sucks because my one mon that doesn't get hit by Toxic Spikes, being Bronzong, is dead now. So all my mons that are still left are hit by T-Spikes, which is unfortunate. So he brings in his Latias, which, okay. So this was a tough play. So last time he was Healing Wish with Dual Screens and Roost. So I thought he'd be a similar set, but I thought maybe instead of Roost, or maybe instead of one of the screens, he'd bring like Dragon Balls or Slash Shock or something. So I don't know, I didn't think he'd bring the exact same set. So I end up switching out, thinking he'll go for like Slash Shock or Psychic or something. So I go into Mew here, and in hindsight, I think this was a misplay because Blaziken didn't do a whole lot at this point. It was mainly meant to lower Tox Specs, at least for the mons that he brought. He didn't do a whole lot left. And lower Tox Specs and killed it, which was awesome. So I really should have stayed in, and if he Slash Shock and he knocked me out, no big deal. I could have gone to Mew, then had to free switch him, and or maybe gone to maybe Serve. I don't know. But it was a misplay because okay, yeah, I'll show you what he does here. So I go into Mew as I'm expecting Mew Slash Shock, I can chew that. I'm poisoned though and a little weakened from Rock, so I don't like that. Synchronize doesn't work like that with the T-Spikes. It'd be cool if it did, but you know, whatever. So he sets up a Reflect. I'm like, oh shit. I kind of thought he'd maybe do that, but in which case knockoff. It wouldn't have killed because you know the screen and the +2 they cancel each other out. But it would have done like 70%, I think. So I just yeah, I go for that. Get rid of the hazard. So I know I get rid of the rocks on his side of the field, but I figure I don't want the rest of my team getting poisoned from Toxic Spike. Yeah, I guess it's one Spike. Because and his T-Spiker is gone anyways. So my thought process is that they won't get back up, and Mew's going to be mounting the Poison Mountain, which I'm alright with that. Now he can get his rocks up again because he still has his Marowak in the back, which that's a little unfortunate, and I cannot get up my rocks again because Bronzong is dead. So I go into Gypsy here, just in case if I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, it's just because I wanted to sack it off in case if you wanted to like attack me there with Dragon Balls or Draco or anything. But yeah, also I was able to get rid of the one screen because yeah, with deep. Yeah, I think, yeah, I got rid of the one screen, then he set up a light screen, so he only has light screen on. Let me clarify there. So he was Light Clay. We don't know that yet, but it was Light Clay. So I think I kind of predicted Marowak, or I was just sacking off Gypsy. I knew I was still wanting my Mew around because I can outspeed his whole team since I'm Scarf. Even Scarf Gypsy, I can outspeed. So I wanted to keep Mew around, so I ended up going into Gypsy just because I don't need a whole lot from it, and everything else I want to stay healthy. So I go into Gypsy, so on that turn, so he sets up rocks, as I just Earth Power, which it's not going to kill it in the light screen. I think the next one won't even kill because leftovers too, so that is a little bit unfortunate. But so here I think I go for a T-Bolt in case if you want to switch into Dragonite or Latias and get some damage. And I don't know, I was just trying to stall out the light screen turns as best as possible. I figured you'd be Light Clay. I don't think we found out to like another turn or two. But it turns out he's not Lightning Bone. He's Curse Body, or most likely Curse Body. I think he was. I forget its other ability, but I don't think that could. So he's probably Curse Body. Anyway, so I'm just gonna sack all my Stunfisk. I don't really need it, and I need everything else as healthy as possible. So after this, I believe I bring in my Blaziken, which can just knock this thing out. So I'm gonna bring in Louisiana, the Blaziken, which is gonna get its second kill of the game. If once going Latias, it's not gonna appreciate the knockoff, which still kills the Marowak easily. That's pretty cute. Yeah, no, I feel like I should have stayed in with Blaziken earlier against Latias. That was a misplay. I thought about it. I really wanted to because I thought you might not Psyshock me, but I don't know. I thought he's been playing safe he's been playing safely for most of the game, so I figured he might want to make a safe play, just click Psyshock, Psychic, whatever, knock me out. I mean, both Psychic. It doesn't really matter, but still, both would knock me out. So I don't know. I think actually if he wasn't invested, I could have lived, maybe. But anyway, so I knock out Marowak, then he brings in he knocks me out. So nothing on my team can take one hit and then Oko him. I bring my Superior here because I can take one hit here and knock him out, or I thought. The light screen is still up, so I forgot that. So I was silly. So I just Leaf Storm here. We hit it, thankfully. But he's actually gonna kind of chew this because the light screen is still a thing. I was like, oh wait, shit. Like I was like looking at the bottom of the screen like almost every turn, like saying, okay, so it's light screen, so it's for so many turns. Like, yeah, that was the last turn there. I don't know, it didn't really matter. I think I'd sort of been my best play regardless. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like if I brought in something else, I might have switched out, and I needed to lower this thing down, get it gone, and get it knocked out so my Serp can pretend to win. So I bring in Mew. I can't do a whole lot. I mean, I clicked Ice Punch to knock him out. U-turn might have knocked him out. I maybe should have gone for the roll, but like even then, I could U-turn, bring in Snorlax, but then he brings in this. Or if I Fire Punch to knock out Diggersby, which I think would have, then he still could have brought in Dragonite or Latias. So I figure Ice Punch is better versus Mr. Team. Maybe I had a freeze. I don't know. He Sword Dances, so that's cute. That's cool stuff. Mew's gonna die to like Iron Head this following turn, and then Snorlax is gonna die in turn after that to close combat. So we're gonna go down in a 3-0 to Ashton and Kai. So great game, Ashton. Good job, bro. I feel like I prepped pretty well. I played again pretty well. Oh no, he's excellent. It's cool. Again, I feel like I played pretty well. Prepped pretty well. The tough thing about this, is just a matchup. The tough thing. I'm sorry, my voice. It's just my voice. It's like it's not dead, but I feel a little sick. I'm fine, but like sorry. The tough thing about this matchup was like it's hard to establish a win con that could still kind of pressure all of his mons and at least the main ones like Celestial and Latias and still do what I needed to do while still being able to be a win con. My closest thing to win con I think was Serp here, but he had Scarf Diggersby, which I thought he'd bring. So I was able to check me and kind of keep me from trying to sweep the Serp a little earlier. So it was a tough matchup, but if I do have to play him again in playoffs, I sort of have a plan, very rough plan of what I want to do, I think. But it is very tough to beat this man. I'm overall at 0-3 versus him. I played him in the March Madness tournament. It was like a year ago, the first March Madness tournament. And I lost him there, which, you know, that will lose. But for 0-3 versus him lifetime, which it is what it is, no big deal. Hopefully if I play him in the playoffs, I can beat him. But we're 4-5. We're not in playoffs. I need to get there first. If I won this game, that would have been awesome and put me in a pretty good position to make playoffs. No, I lost. I'm still alive. Still alive. I think I need to win out, though. Maybe not. Maybe I'll lose one more, but that'd be cutting close. I believe if I win out, I can make playoffs, for sure. I believe it's guaranteed. At least, depending on differential, but even though I have more losses than wins, I actually have a positive differential. I'm 4 and 5 plus 1, so that's pretty cute. Next week we play Lynx, so hopefully we can beat him. He's right now 5 and 3, so he'll either be 6 and 3 or 5 and 4 going into next week. So maybe I can meet him there, maybe not. We'll see how that one goes. But yeah, I gotta prep, just keep prepping well. I think just gotta, like the past 2 weeks, the 3 games that I won in a row, I had a win con, I had a plan, and I built my team like with that win con, and I feel like I did well. And all 3 games, my win con was able to sweep late game and do what I needed it to do. And this game was just harder to make my win con and to just set it in stone. Serpier was the closest thing I had, but even then he had checks for it. So I don't know. It'll be tough to figure out how I'm going to do that for him if I have to play Eric again in the playoffs or just Lynx again, because Lynx is a scary team. But I need to stop rambling. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week with the Battle vs. Lynx. I probably won't do a team builder again in playoffs, same reason. Anyways, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.